As they straighten up, and Traditional first for home. Down to the 250s, being taken on by Sonic Switch. Eventful third, and Grace Eater starting to warm up on the outside. Traditional's gone. Sonic Switch is the leader, kicked away. Gracida will run out of time. It's all Sonic Switch. Eventful the inside, but Sonic Switch beat Eventful. Oh, nothing between Gracida and Traditional for third. Then Quovada, Sen Giggy Beach, and another 2.5, Mr. Honey Connive, and then Donald the Bishop, and the last two, Gazali and Royal Celadon.
Super Tab there, number 2, Sonic Switch, 6.10 and 2.20. Second going to number 3, that's Eventful, to pay 3.20. Those for third, 5, Gracida, 160, or number 1, Traditional, 180.
Switch. 3 Eventful will pay 3.20. There'll be very little in it for third. Sonic Switch, ridden by young Michael Ward for trainer Neil Ward at Gosford, by Switch in Time from Milady Tobias, a bay gelding 4 raced by G.W. and Mrs. A.C. Walters. Eventfuls by Victory Prince, Bronze Spirit, a 4-year-old chestnut mare, Albert Stapleford, Peter Lush, to complete a Gosford Quinella. And the third goes to number 5, Gracida. And his dividend, 140. He just ran out of ground there, Gracida, finding it a bit short for him today. And he's paid 140. He's by Dr. Grace from Candida, trained by Ron Lehman, written by Rod Quinn. It's 235, 110.32. They went fairly quickly there. 110.32, 35.80 was the sectional time. The winner, Sonic Switch, with the 3 on the exacta, has paid 43.50. The Quinella has paid 25.80, and the trifecta 136.40. Winning margin was a comfortable 1 3/4 lengths. The long neck separated second and third. Well, Traditional, he's out of my book for the moment. He has to win another race before I come into him again. I think he was in two minds early, Andrew Payne. Do I try and ease back and get a sit, or do I try and lead? Well, the latter he did when he saw that he couldn't get a sit. He got across them pretty easily, but you've heard the call. He gave up rather weakly in the straight. Oh, very disappointing racehorse, Traditional, whether it's in his head or who knows what it is. He carried blinkers today, but I'd hate to be Bobby Thompson, the trainer, trying to sort him out. A horse that's got untapped potential, but is just not producing it at the moment. And Gracida, dead set looking for longer than 1200. He's a 1400 horse now. He just simply, they ran him off his legs early, and you heard the call. He was getting home well, but 1400 metres upwards now is certainly his keeper. Kettle of Fish, and he'll earn his keep for sure and certain in longer races. Okay.
And they're racing in the Caulfield Guineas, and down near the inside, Helm and Kenwood Melody bounce quickly with Benazi, and from the outside, Mr. Innocent and Laurie's Lottery all travelling forward. Dracula's right up and nice and handy, 5th and 6th in the early point, and Mosman is out very deep and admired back on the inside, and dropping out to the tail is Bet on a Road. Laurie's Lottery flying from the outside, working up around Helm and Kenwood Melody, and further out Mosman. They're pushing forward now from Mr. Innocent, and further back in the race, and Sedation admired on the inside of Benazi. Dracula just off midfield, outside at Lord of the Pines, the inside Clay Fighter, further back Spectacular Gold at the 1000-metre mark, second last now Major Fun, Bennett Road last of all, Laurie's Lottery in front, led 3/4 Mosman, a length further back, then Kenwood Melody third, Helmus fourth outside it, off the track on the outside of those, and Mr. Innocent. Sedation can't get on the track as they bunch up from Benazi. Lord of the Pines, Spectacular Gold's gone around them from Admired, then Dracula, who needs some luck from there. He's starting to weave his way through from Bet on a Road, Clay Fighter, and last of all Major Fun. 600 out on the Guineas, Laurie's Lottery just in front of Mosman, and Sedation is racing deep around the outside there of Mr. Innocent. A length further back then came Kenwood Melody, trying to get out, 3 out on that second rung now as Dracula from Benazi, and Spectacular Gold is out deep. They are right across the track, straightening up, and Laurie's Lottery got a length in front over Mosman, followed by Helm. Then further back getting out Kenwood Melody. Dracula's not in the race. The leader, Laurie's Lottery, but here comes Kenwood Melody. Kenwood Melody ranges up to Laurie's Lottery. They're clear of Mosman. Kenwood Melody got his head in front. Laurie's Lottery fighting back. Kenwood Melody's too good in the Guineas. Kenwood Melody wins at a half length. 2 Laurie's Lottery, 3 away. Third is Spectacular Gold. Mosman ran fourth from Sedation. Then further back, Mr. Innocent. Dracula didn't come on from Helm. Further back in the race, then Bet on a Road, followed by Major Fun. Clay Fighter Admired, then Benazi, and Lord of the Pines is last of all.
Number 5, Dollaride third, Perth. 5 Kenwood Melody at Caulfield, 5.50, 190. Shane Dye over 2 Lorries Lottery, 210. Third, 13 Spectacular Gold, 320.
5 Kenwood Melody, 5.10, 2 even. 2 Lorries Lottery, 230. 13 Spectacular Gold to pay $270. 8, 3, 5 Treble, $107.20.
Who fought on 5, 2 and third placing going to number 13. And that is Spectacular Gold, number 13, ridden by Craig Williams. Kenwood Melody, too good. Dracula jumped with them, went back midfield, was in the second rung of horses coming to the home turn, about 3 and 4 out. Tried to weave his way into the race, and he couldn't pick up, but that's when Kenwood Melody did from the top of the straight, when he quickly went to Lorries Lottery, and they'd skipped away from Osman. Back near the inside, these two, hard over near the inside fence, and Kenwood Melody, hard ridden by Dye, has been too good. So Shane Dye takes the Caulfield Guineas on Kenwood Melody, number 5, trained by Billy Mitchell. And Kenwood Melody, a vastly improved horse by Royal Academy from a Greta Bletchingley mare, raced by K. Lim and S. Wong. Trained by Bill Mitchell, has had the 5 starts only for 3 wins and 2 seconds. A greatly improved horse, beaten in a maiden back on the 19th of March. That was at Gosford. Then beaten at Canterbury this time round in August. A win at Randwick on the heavy track over Helm.
I believe they're moving in Kembla. Raced.
OK, we'll get those Melbourne Totes, New South Wales soon.
Racing. Nias jumped out nicely from the inside. Magical Path away well. So was one man out. Then Adelaide Diabolical, followed by Charbon, Jellybean Road. Hickey Picker second last, and dropping to the rear of the field is Babu's Boy. Down the straight they run, just over a lap to go. And here Adelaide takes the lead for Daniel Beasley, a length and a half, one man out. Travelling third is Magical Path. Nias the grey fourth on the inside of Diabolical, and then Charbon travelling around Jellybean Road. Babu's Boy being second last, and 3/4 to Hickey Picker. To the back of the track, 1,300 metres out, no change in the order, and Adelaide loping along in front. About a length and a half the gap on one man out. Wide out Magical Path, Nias the inside, and between Magical Path and Nias is Diabolical. 2.5 to Jellybean Road, a half to Sharp on the outside, and about a length and a half gap to Hickey Picker around Babu's Boy. 8 to 10 lengths covers the horses now, working to the halfway at the 9.50, and Adelaide given a little more rain. About 2 lengths Magical Path. Kev Moses on Magical Path is not letting this leader get too far in front, and as they go down towards the 800, the leader Adelaide about a length and a half Magical Path, and a couple then to one man out. A similar gap then to Diabolical from Nias the inside, then Sharp on Jellybean Road. Another 2 lengths to Hickey Picker, and a length to Babu's Boy. 600 metres to go, and it's Adelaide again getting away. A length and 3/4 on Magical Path, 2.5, one man out. Sharp on next, making a little leeway from the favourite Diabolical, and then Nias the inside from Hickey Picker, Jellybean Road, and Carmody's got the whip on Babu's Boy as they round the corner, and Adelaide has gone further in front, and setting sail for the judge, it's Adelaide about 4 lengths Sharp on, and then one man out Magical Path, 2 Hickey Picker, Diabolical not doing enough from Babu's Boy. Our Lady starting to get a little weary, Sharp on and one man out are battling on well, but it's Adelaide still in front, 50 metres to go. They won't catch him all the way to Adelaide. That's the way he likes to run. Adelaide a length and 3/4 to one man out, Sharp on third, and then Hickey Picker, Babu's Boy, Diabolical, Magical Path, Jellybean Road, and tailed off was Nias.
Number 8, Adelaide, 440 and 170. Number 2, one man out to pay $250 and 5 for third. Charbon, $3.80.
Likes to run straight to the lead and left alone basically, if at all possible, and they couldn't run him down. Number 8, Adelaide, on a track that today has seen horses up in the lead being very much to the fore. Adelaide at 450 and 140. Number 2 is second. One man out, Jason Lee, 340. And number 5, third, Charbon, written by John Marshall, has paid $3.70. The winner, Adelaide, has put 2 together now. He's trained by Graham Begg for Mr. C.L. Salambangan, a bay gilding 7-year-old by Zetative from Draw Away, and nicely ridden by the informed Danny Beasley. Second one man out, Adjuster Dancer gelding from Matrimony, trained by Graham Rogerson, and Charbon. She's raced pretty well by Ron Bond from Shared Destinies, trained by Fred Thomas, and ridden by John Marshall. She's a 6-year-old mare. Fourth was number 4, and that was Hickey Picker. They've run 1:58.16 for the 1900, and the last 600 took 38.03. Yes, well, I suppose when the track dried out, his chances just improved all the time, and certainly those keen punters were quite aware of that. He was always very strong in the market, 4s 9 to 2, 4s thereabouts, and on the taters ended up at around 7 to 2. And scored comfortably. A length and a half a length. The margins in the previous, a length and a half a length. And cantering back is Alade. Having a good run, Graham Begg, the trainer. Here's the Toad Divvy check. 8 Alade, 450-140. Number 2, one man out, 340. Number 5, Charbon, 370. $29 was the Quinella, 29 and Exacta. Paying $40.50, $40.50, and the trifecta $461.10, $461.10. So another well-fancied horse winning. The bookies would be screaming for mercy here. Race 7, the Canterbury Hurlstone Park RSL Cup. Take out 6 Bay Tights and 8 Crafty Bow. We've got a field.
Davis at Davis Faulkner and Co. on 6.
Down on the inside, Jezebel bounds quickly. Tycoon Lil straight to the front. Further out is Gold Guru, Catalan opening. Might and Power now working his way up second when they settle. And on that first turn, and the leader on the inside here, Tycoon Lil, moved out nearly 2 lengths in front here for Die. Might and Power restrained second to the 1600. 2 for the back, Catalan opening. Outside at Gold Guru, there's a fairly good pace at the moment. 2 then to Taradu from Jezebel, and 3 last of all, Valance. Going up the back of the 1500 metre mark, and the leader is Tycoon Lil. Tycoon Lil getting out by 2.5 lengths to Might and Power. 2 further back in the race, Catalan opening, 1.5, Gold Guru fourth. A length then to Jezebel on the inside of Taradu, and 2 to Valance last of all. They wend their way up the back, up the hill they go, and Die takes Tycoon Lil out in front by 2.5 lengths, and the pace is generous. Second is Might and Power. 2.5 further back, Catalan opening, 1 on the outside off the fence, Gold Guru. 2 for the back, Jezebel outside at Taradu, and 2 lengths last of all the Valance. Coming down with 1,000 to go, and Tycoon Lil, the mare from New Zealand, by 2 lengths. Might and Power getting a little closer. 3 further back, Gold Guru. Catalan opening over on the inside, fourth. 2 to Taradu. A length then Jezebel, and 2 to Valance last of all. 8.50 out, Tycoon Lil, 1 3/4 in front. Cassidy about to urge. Now the big bloke, Might and Power, up to second after this leader. A length and a half further back, Gold Guru. Catalan opening the inside. 3 lengths further back, Jezebel, Taradu, and Valance last of all. 600 out, Tycoon Lil, 3/4 in front. Here's Might and Power getting a little closer on the outside. A length into Gold Guru. He's going to track Might and Power home, and further back, Catalan opening fourth on the turn. Tycoon Lil is going to swing for home, 3/4 in front. The acid test on the horse of the year, second, Might and Power. He's under the whip there, 2 lengths, Gold Guru. 300 out though, Tycoon Lil, nearly a length in front. Might and Power trying hard. He's starting to come. Might and Power levelling up to Tycoon Lil. 3 to Gold Guru. The big Power's put his head in front. Might and Power. Is he back? Yes, I think he is. He's drawn a length in front. He's 2 in front. Might and Power, welcome back, champ. 2 lengths on the line, Tycoon Lil. 4 away, third, Gold Guru. Then Catalan opening, followed by Valance. Further back, Jezebel, and Taradu is last of all.
Winner 1 Might and Power, 220 and 170. 7 Tycoon Lil, 170. No third, 5 Gold Guru.
1 Might and Power, 240, 150. 7 Tycoon Lil, 180. No third for 5.
Here in Melbourne, back where he left off. In the spring of 1997, he ranged up to Tycoon Lil. He took the lead. He was put under pressure by Jimmy, and he did respond. Jimmy back on the horse. The last 7 rides have gone to Brian York for 4 wins. Jim left the horse after he's beaten on him back in the Ranpit in the autumn in Sydney. But the great horse is back with an emphatic win over Tycoon Lil. Might and Power now bring on the Cox Plate. Might and Power, the champion racehorse, retains his mantle as Horse of the Year in taking the Yalumba from Tycoon Lil, who put on a brisk beat out in front. And a third place in going to number 5, Gold Guru. He just couldn't keep up with them on the home turn. They got away with the champion jockeys calling for everything from their mounts. Die first to go on Tycoon Lil, and then the response coming from Cassidy when he put the foot on the pedal here on the champ Might and Power he found. And now it's onto the Cox Plate for these outstanding racehorses. Mark Broadfoot's got Alan Denham with him at the moment. The number's there, 175. Thanks, Mark.
Congratulations, Alan. How does it feel to have this top horse back in form again? Well, it's great to have him back. You know, the knockers were pretty quick to get hold of him as usual, but you never knock a champion.
Has he had an interrupted preparation this time, Alan?
Yes, we've had a few little hiccups, but we're all over them now and well on the way.
And you're heading towards the Cox Plate and then onto the Japan Cup?
Well, one race at a time, but you know, Cox Plate will be lovely. That's the one we want.
Thanks for joining us on 927, Alan.
Thank you.
All right, they're moving in at Kembla. 2 lengths, 1 1/4, 1:11.21 Perth race 3 with correct weight 5/4.12.
They're away. Referral jumped as well as anything wide out. Going up quickly now is Flinders Street and likewise Kidlet. And settling down, it's going to be Kidlet just shading Flinders Street. A length and a half further back, Batwing. Referral wide out. Close handy next on the inside, March to the Sea from Zoe Regal. And then here's the Prince, Al Man's Joy, Noble Challenge and Born to Dance. They're tightly bunched at the 800. And Kidlet leads the way from Batwing. Flinders Street third, Zoe Regal fourth. Referral doing it wide in fifth posse, followed by March to the Sea. Off the track is Al Man's Joy tagging Referral, followed by Noble Challenge. And then came Here's the Prince and 2.5 to Born to Dance. They race along the side down towards the 450 and Kidlet in charge. 2 Batwing, a length the Flinders Street and a half Referral. 2 to Zoe Regal tending to drop off from Al Man's Joy and March to the Sea. Heads the remainder. Kidlet, a handy leader around the corner. He snuck away. 2.5 lengths Batwing. Referral on the outsiders, battling on doggedly. At the 200, Kidlet the leader. Here comes Referral and Batwing, particularly Referral. He's got Kidlet covered, I reckon. He's a smart horse, this, and Referral put paid to Kidlet and Batwing and wins well. Referral, soft win in fact from Kidlet and Batwing. Followed home by Al Man's Joy and then Flinders Street. Further back, Born to Dance, Zoe Regal. Here's the Prince, March to the Sea. And another 10 to a Noble Challenge.
Number 11, Referral, to pay $250 and $140. 4 Kidlat to pay $190. 1 Batwing, $170. Daily Double Combination Sydney, 2 and 11. $19.90.
Particularly if you've got any intestinal fortitude, and certainly that horse has. $2.40 and $1.40. We stand by for the full numbers to come up. The time 1:10.26. And the sectional 34.98. It's 11.41 official. Referral Corey Brown at 240, 140. Number 4 Kidlat second, 190. The number 1 Batwing in third spot has paid 180. Quinella 620. Exacta 1140 and the trifecta 3470. A lightly race gelding Referral. He's a 4-year-old. And he's a bay gelding by Dr. Grace from Pride of Tarnee, the best Western mare. He's raced by V. Correo and J. Vartuli, trained for them by Steve Engelbrecht at Warwick Farm. The horse has now had 8 starts. He's had a 50% winning record and 2 second placings. He's got a good future ahead of him. Second going to number 4 Kidlat, battled on well by snippets from Our Liberal Lady, a 6-year-old, trained by John Morrissey, Matt Carl in the saddle. And Batwing third. He's a 7-year-old by Prego from Nocturnal Sky, John Hawkes, Rod Quinn. The official fourth was number 7, Al Man's Joy. A comfortable win, soft win, in fact, by a length, with 2 lengths between second and third. 1:10.26 sectionally, 34.98. Yeah, another favourite home here, Referral. So he's got a very bright future ahead of him. Referral, and 1,400 metres, 1,500 metres. He's no stranger to those distances either. So he's in a good stable, and he's going to win those 2 owners I mentioned. Plenty of money. Okay.
Scare you and you wish you could find...
Racing in the Toorak now. Principality on the inside, bounce quickly. Mighty Way is quickly heading him off. Rustic Dream is just behind them with Umrum. Here's Willoughby from the outside, and Holderman and Northern Drake. They're working forward. And when they start to settle down now from the outside, the pressure's coming. Holderman has got across now, and he's going to lead out now from on the inside, Umrum. And Willoughby is wide, and Northern Drake pushing up in the middle. Willoughby going forward now. We've got running second when they go up the back of the track. Holderman led now from Willoughby and Northern Drake. Umrum fourth the fence. 2 to Lord Luskin. half, Mighty Way. A length further back, Rustic Dream. He's on midfield. Outside him then came Knightly Sword from Principality. Further back in the race, 3 deep, Champagne back in the middle above the Law. Gold City, and last of all, Marble Halls. Turning down the side at the 850-metre mark in the Toorak, and the leader, Haldeman. 2 lengths in front of Willoughby, a length and a half to Umrum. A half then to Northern Drake, 1 then to Mighty Way, followed by Lord Luskin. Knightly Sword is tracking deep. Wider still is Champagne. Then Principality, Rustic Dream outside it. Further back, Marble Halls is starting to take off around the outside, and Gold City is last and above the Law, second last, 600 out. And the leader is Haldeman, nearly a length in front. Willoughby's had a nice run right at his girth. Second, a length and a half further back, Umrum. Then right off the track, Marble Halls, with it is Champagne. Rustic Dream behind Knightly Sword when they turn for home. Into the straight, Haldeman in front. Willoughby now under pressure from Northern Drake. Champagne down the middle, and the widest runner now is Marble Halls. He's coming home well, and Umrum is starting to get out. Out wide, Marble Halls has reached the lead from Champagne. Back on the inside is Umrum. It's Marble Halls out deep. Umrum back near the inside. Marble Halls the leader. Late is above the Law, and Rustic Dream with a late run, but Marble Halls has run the Toorak. Great go for the Miners. Umrum the centre. Rustic Dream out wide, and Mighty Way back to the inside. Then deeper on the track would have been above the Law. Then Knightly Sword, Northern Drake. Further back, Principality from Champagne to Weaken from Gold City. Well back was Lord Luskin, and in behind them Haldeman and Willoughby, the 2 leaders. First and second for home have run second, last, and last of all in the Toorak.
7 Marble Halls, $14, 4.10. 2 Umrum, $2.90 for third. 8 Rustic Dream, $1.80. 17 Mighty Way, $3.30. Correct Weight Belmont, $3.12.2. A Long Neck, by a Neck, $1.11.44.
7 Marble Halls, 13.54 even. 2 Umrum, 2.80. Those for third. 8 Rustic Dream, 1.90, or 17 Mighty Way, 3.20.
Number 7 Marble Halls. Lee Friedman told us earlier last week that he'd had trouble with the horse's feet. It was the reason the horse wasn't putting in. They rode him too close at Moonee Valley when he was up outside the lead of the night meeting. And he's won. Rustic Dream has come home well to run second after the photo, number 8. And number 2, Umrum, has got third, just ahead of probably Mighty Way, the insider, above the Law out deep. So it's Rustic Dream grabbing second, ahead of Umrum. And the placings are up, 7.82, number 17, Mighty Way, 5th, and 6th in is above the Law. Spread across the track, but Marble Halls has won by just on a length and a quarter. Ridden by that man again, Jimmy Cassidy, for Lee Friedman. The Friedman stable a little quiet.
Right, about to move in, Kembla. Totes race 8, Caulfield, 7.82, Marble Hall.
Track cleared. Racing. Miss Plume jumped well, and so too did Zinzan, and Fiorinelli near the inside away quickly, and High Speed, and What's That is showing speed. High Speed's going to cross on settling down and go up, sit outside of Zinzan, who leads the way. Elite Trooper rushing up, the grey Expert deep. What's That on the inside of Maybe Chubby with the red cap going around them. Lord Covetous getting back in the field. Fiorinelli the grey in the clear, 2 lengths away then to Miss Plume. They were followed well out of its ground by Zaquita, Gratification and Alchemize last of all. Down the back, racing to the 1,000. Zinzan pulling awfully hard. Led 2 lengths on High Speed, the pace genuine. 2 lengths away, the fence Elite Trooper. Maybe Chubby wide, Expert the centre. 2 lengths away is What's That on the inside of Lord Covetous. A length and a half, Fiorinelli the grey, covered up by Miss Plume. Zaquita going wide, starting a run. Gratification second last, and Alchemize whip them in. Coming off the back at the 700, and Zinzan given a bit more leather. Strode clear, led by 2.5 on High Speed. Elite Trooper the fence, Maybe Chubby the outside. 2 lengths, Expert. The back markers are all off the bit chasing. Then came What's That, Zaquita with the white cap, starting a wide run with Miss Plume. They were followed by Gratification on the bend. Zinzan turns 3 in front. Zinzan flattens for home, well clear from High Speed. Then came on the outside, running on pretty well as Zaquita, and then Gratification. Zinzan at the 200, 3 in front. Elite Trooper the fence running on. Running on also is Zaquita, and Fiorinelli running on with What's That. Elite Trooper bursting up on the inside, but here's What's That. He's got them. What's That flying through in the centre. Big win. Looked hopeless on the bend, but he's got up to win from either Zaquita or back to the inside, kicking on Elite Trooper from Zinzan. Fiorinelli was next. They were followed by Alchemize, Miss Plume, Lord Covetous. Well back, High Speed, Gratification. Expert, well ridden, dropped out, finished last. Your favourite home, What's That, number 7, $3.80 and $1.80. Number 7, Corey Brown, 3 for the day. Now, what have we got second and third? Elite Trooper finishing second. Burst up on the fence for Greg Ryan. And Zaquita, in fact, Zaquita will get second. Zaquita's got second and Elite Trooper finishing third. So 7, 2, 10, $3.80 and $1.80 for What's That. Number 2, Zaquita, flying down the outside at $2.30. And number 10, Elite Trooper, $7.70. Quinella, $14.90. Exacta, $27.50. And the trifecta for the race, $568.40. Superfecta numbers will pass down the line. That's our coverage. That's our lot from Canterbury Park. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage and hope you've been able to find a winner on this 8-race program.
Thanks a lot, Terry. Gee, I tell you what, it was a wonderful day of racing there, wasn't it? I know it had a Melbourne meeting to contend with, which was of very high standard, but Canterbury Park was some good even racing. It's a wonderful surface there, and a nice win in the last by What's That at Canterbury in that final event. And that horse ridden...
Stalls are back and they're off and racing in the final event. Smidgen down on the inside, bounced quickly. Away well as Miss Dugar, and from the outside, Magic Music is showing speed and going with it now as Lucky Rule. Magic Music from the outside and Lucky Rule in the grey now. Gillo goes up third. They're followed further back in the race by My Fabulous Star and then Miss Dugar. Smidgen back on the inside of Fire Lake. Further back, Fleischer. Hit and Runners tracking deeper length. Further back, Graceful Emma. Then the Barded Bride, and last of all, coming down the side now is Godina as they race to the 650. And Magic Music off the fence, nearly 2 in front. Over on the inside, second in the race would have been Lucky Rule, followed by Gillo. Back in the middle is Miss Dugar running fourth. One then to My Fabulous Star, Fire Lake. Fleischer Hit and Run. Further back, Smidgen Hard Ridden. Then Rossetti Gold, Graceful Emma, the Barded Bride. And 2 lengths last of all is Godina when they turn for home. Magic Music is tracked out deep, turning for home. Nearly a length in front of Gillo down the middle. Back to the inside, then came Lucky Rule, followed by Smidgen the rail. Magic Music wants to lay in a little, still in front, down at the 180-metre mark. A length in front of Gillo on the outside, trying hard. She's got clear, though, Magic Music for Shane Dye. Graceful Emma with a late run, but Magic Music running in towards the inside. She wins a length on the line, Graceful Emma. Gillo third from Hit and Run out deep. Then Miss Dugar, and further back, the Barded Bride picking up ground from Fleischer. My Fabulous Star, Smidgen just behind those with Rossetti Gold. Fire Lake further back in the race, and the stablemates, Godina and Lucky Ruler back near the tail.
And the winner, number 6, Magic Music, 361.80, 14, Graceful Emma, 1979, Gillo, 220.
6 Magic Music, 350, 180, 14 Graceful Emma, $15.60 and 9 Gillo, 260.
Emma, which has picked up good ground coming down the centre. She did want to hang in, and Shane pulled the whip in the left hand. But it made no difference. She had a good break on them after bouncing in front and tracking deep. And she's beaten number 14, Graceful Emma. And third is number 9, and that is Gillo, who looks some sort of chance the grey when they turn for home. In the last 6, 14-9, number 7, Hit and Run officially fourth. So in the final event, it's Magic Music, Shane Dye, a winning double, taking out the guineas on Kenwood Melody today and making it 2 on this mare in the last, Magic Music. Lightly raced mare, she's only...
at the barrier for the last at Kembla there.